Incredible. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, guys. I hope you're having a great Sunday. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. It took me a little bit longer to make my coffee than I was expecting. And then Bezos was doing his ad thing, so yeah, it is what it is. Anonymous Biker, congratulations. You got first today at 6:23, just over 90 minutes before we started the stream. So congratulations. Oscar Lane's here as well, so is Captain Reed. Angry Swan's here too. Super Hands says welcome to the pre-party. Yeah, pre-parties. I remember when they were a thing. Jenga, thank you so much for 24 months of subs. That's 2 years, dude. Congratulations. True Blaze is here as well. Fred Zillosaurus Rex, good evening. Moons of Empire, thank you so much for 28 months of subs, dude. That's crazy cool. True Blaze has subscribed for 26 months as well. Thank you, thank you. Saberclass says, evening all. I need a beer tonight after the shift I've had. Oh no, tell us all about it. Let's be supportive in chat. Tell us all about it. Random Keeps is here as well. Average Joe, V Rugdush 2, Stereo Jer, Bazooka. So any bets if we get into the whole UK ISO topic again this evening? Guys, like, I spend too much of my life talking about UK ISO and its impact on the keyboard hobby, or not impact as it may be. So yeah, so hopefully we don't.
Incredible.
Hopefully we don't. Anarchy, thank you so much for 41 months of subs, dude. I really appreciate that. He says, good evening, Jay in chat. Good evening, good sir. Greyhands is here too. So is Dogaz. Piney says, evening, Jay in chat. Currently in an airport, so won't be able to stick around for long. Hope everyone has a lovely stream. Well, thank you very much for being here. Ray the Kid says, yo, dude. Yo, what's up, dude? It's me. Yeah, I hope you liked my Insta stories. I filmed some segments just for you the other day. Loki65 Too Good Man. Yeah, when we got these in, I couldn't resist picking one up. It took a long time for the group buy to happen. So, for those of you who don't know, the Loki65 was a keyboard kit we sold just over 2 years ago. And originally it had problems hitting MOQ, and then a different vendor got involved, and I can't really remember all the details, but eventually we got it made. We actually had the PCBs from Yankar sat here for almost all of the time, and we only just got the final parts of the Loki65 a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, it's pretty fun. No Salad, No Sauce, good evening, good sir. Thank you for being here. Baroium as well. Blackbrook's here too. Bees Keys, hey man, good to see you. Super Hands, can't hear you. Well, I checked this time. I did check today, so you can definitely hear me. It's definitely a you issue this time, Super Hands. Captain Reese said, good evening, Jay. Q-Lane and I have a disturbing habit of turning up apart. That's what happens when you're, sat on the couch next to each other, right? Xenon how's my Sunday going? It's going well, thank you very much for asking. Yeah, it's been a nice day. We're away for one night this weekend, just into Saturday with my wife, and yeah, had a nice relaxing afternoon yesterday and pretty much an active morning today, followed by 3 hours of sitting on the couch. So yeah, it was good. Demotex, thank you so much for 38 months of stubs. Sozas, thank you so much for being here. Keep Dweeb, hope you're having a great day. Thank you. Bob Hotshot, thank you so much for 26 months as well. It'd be a boring hobby if people weren't passionate about aspects of it. That's true, but still, there are certain things that I spend a lot of hours talking about that I wish I didn't have to. And I'm not saying that UK ISO isn't worth supporting, I just wish it didn't take up quite so much of my time. I wish it was just easier to handle, but it's not. Any chance of getting some Gatorade cream sodas in stock? If you drop me an email, I'll see what I can do. I can't guarantee it, but I'll see what I can do. Yankar being the same Yankar who did the Allison PCB, or a different one? Yes, the same Yankar. So Yankar has worked with us on a ton of different projects. He was behind Allison. He did the PCBs for Argyle, the Loki65. He's done it for most of Novel Keys' products, I think. So like the TKL Classic and other things there. He did the original Hyper 7 PCBs with me and Harjoa and Max and a few other people way back when in 2015, 2016, I want to say, something like that. So he's been around for a long time. So yeah. Best simple cheap method for brewing a cup of black coffee. Depends on what coffee you like. but I would just go for something like an AeroPress for something like that. Yeah, V60 or dripper. Yeah, people are coming up with options. It really depends on what type of coffee you like for that. Bob says, good evening all. Not sure I'll be able to make the workshop open day, but hopefully any J series news soon, very soon. I need to start work on that this next week now that Chinese New Year's out of the way. Right, let's catch up with PT news then. A few things happening. One, we are still going through all of the Protozoa stock. So for those that you don't know, we've kind of absorbed, I guess is the right word, Protozoa, which was another vendor here in the UK. They shipped all of their UK stock to us 2 weeks ago. Mel and I spent all of Friday laying out on all of Wednesday, laying out across the workshop. Thursday, I was starting to document some bits and pieces and do some other bits as well. And then Friday, Mel started to create a spreadsheet so we can track every single item we've got, because what we have does not tally to what Protozoa said they were sending us. There's some slight discrepancies, some things that definitely won't pass QC, and other things that probably aren't worth the time to list and try and sell and things like that. So anyway, it's a whole thing. We're going to spend the whole of this week documenting that and getting ready to create the listings. Now I know this sounds like, why don't you just create the listings? But we have to have a plan for a plan, right? We can't just start creating listings willy-nilly and putting them on the website. It all has to be kind of like viewed and authenticated, and you know, everyone has to be happy that I'm not selling things at a loss or at the wrong prices or whatever else. And we kind of have to tag products in a different way so that we can understand what the revenue from Protozoa products has been to prototypist ones, and there are certain things that if prototypist does a sale, they won't affect Protozoa products, and all sorts of different things. So we've got to be going through it all first, and we have to have like a guide for the team to use to create the product listings, including me. So yeah, that's the plan for this week, is to create that guide, that playbook, that rule set, and then from there, the week after, we can start to create the listings. And I'm hoping by the back end of this month we can actually just do one big drop of all of the Protozoa stuff in stock, and there's a lot of it. There is a lot of it. So yeah, but who will create the plan for how to plan for the plan? So I think the plan for the plan is the strategy, and I have the strategy. The strategy is locked in. The next set is to come up with a plan for the strategy, and then we, you know, execute the plan for the strategy. That's the plan. Lots of planning. So yeah, so that's the kind of idea of what we're going to work through over the next couple of weeks. Our next shipment is due to hit port on the 5th of March, which is really tight with something else I need to talk about today. So the 5th of March is when it's due to hit port. I'm just going to get my calendar, and we know from previous expectations that it's about 7 to 10 days after it hits port for it to arrive here at PTHQ. The reason for that is because it has to go through customs control, it has to go through bonded warehouses, it has to be taken out of a container, put on a truck, and then driven across the country to get to us. That takes about a week to 10 days on average. Now, why might this be an issue, you ask? Well, because we've committed to, on the 15th of March, which is a Saturday, doing an open day. And that means that you guys can come here for free and have effectively a keyboard meetup. We'll have a ton of stuff out. There'll be dozens of boards to try, all of the switches we've got in stock to try. You'll be able to see desk mats and key sets and all sorts of other stuff that we've got in stock. You'll be able to buy stuff on the day. There'll be some really cool discounts that we're going to be doing. There might even be a little ARG in the roll-up to it as well, if you guys are into that kind of puzzle-solving stuff. And there'll be free coffee on the day and all of that kind of thing. So we're going to have this big open day. You guys are going to be able to come along, try all of the stuff, buy all of the stuff, hopefully, and then have a really, really nice time and check out a lot of keyboard stuff, meet some like-minded people. And if the weather stays nice, I'll have a few of my classic cars here as well, and some friends might bring up their cars as well. So we'll have like almost like a cars, keyboard, and coffee kind of day, which could be really, really fun. Really fun. After that, I suspect a lot of people will go out on nights out and things like that, just because there's, you know, potentially going to be quite a few people attending on the day. We will be doing an SPC only evening where we'll do like a meal. So if you're part of the SPC, if you're a Twitch subscriber or a Ko-fi subscriber, you'll be invited along to join myself and Mel and the rest of the team that are available. to go out for dinner and have some drinks in Leeds afterwards. And of course, everyone else who's not part of the SPC will probably be out in Leeds as well, I would imagine, because that's only 20 minutes ago. The captions aren't on? Okay, that wasn't me issue. The captions are now on. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. This sounds like a solid plan. Yeah, it is a solid plan, right? Sounding far too corpo. Yeah, maybe. I've been in that kind of frame of mind this week, and through necessity. So yeah, we've just hard to find JQ and Ozkilling in 2 posts, haven't we? Am I the corpo slave? No, never. The open day is cheap Labor Day. No. If the shipment arrives in like the build up to the open day, we'll have to have a really frank like view of that and think, right, can we get it all shipped before the open day? If that's a realistic yes, then we'll tackle it. If it's a realistic no, then we will use one of the other local companies to store the pallets for us for a couple of days, and we'll start it on the following Monday, straight after the open day weekend. So yeah. You plan this now, you have free labour to the shipment. No, I'm afraid not. Masses before, what desk mat is that you're using? I need to grab one. This is one of the I've forgotten the names of them now. They will be going in stock. They're part of the Protozoa product range, the Cold Crabber desk mats. We did round 1 in the UK, and then round 2 went to Protozoa, and we've ended up with the extras anyway. So yeah. Sounds like heaven. Last time I spent 5 hours breaking down cardboard boxes. That's not true. Is that true? I don't remember you doing that, Mr. Blackbrook. I do not remember you breaking down cardboard boxes for 5 hours last time you were here. We do often have a cardboard mountain to destroy, but I don't think it was 5 hours. I would be very surprised if I made you do that for 5 hours. Not opposed to a bit of manual labour, working with thirst. Yeah, for those old fashions. There's a really, really good old fashioned bar in Leeds, which is where I will aim to head us towards the end of the night. Cold Crab about desk mats by Architect, that's the one. If I can make the open day, I may drive up to see the shop, bow out of the Kofi SPC dinner and drive back. May post a car offer or share if I'm working. Nice, yes, nice. Maybe slightly less, yeah, I bet it was. Will there be pizza? Maybe. We won't be doing food here on the day just because there'll be so much stuff out. Like all of the table space we can generate in the workshop will probably be full of like keyboards and product and stuff, stock and stuff for you guys to try. But we will have coffee, and I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to do the coffee myself or if I'm going to get someone in to do the coffee for us. There's options and opportunities there. I think what we'll probably do is, just so we have a rough idea of numbers, we'll have a bit of an interest check form up this week, and you guys will be able to fill it out and let us know if you're coming along, or you know what you'd like to see there, that kind of stuff. And we can then kind of plan how we're going to do it, because there is an option to have a coffee van in the yard, or I can do the coffee at my own machine. If only 20 people are going to turn up, then I can do the coffee myself. If we expect 50 people to turn up, I'll probably just hire a coffee van for the day. So yeah, just put Kilane and I in your office and we'll inventory all your keycaps. Nice. Yeah. Happy to spend time baristering. Thank you. Might be free to give you a hand if you need it. We should be okay, but I'll let you know. No salad, no sauce. We should be okay. There are insurance issues with that. I had to speak to our insurance last week about having the open day, which is when we set the date, because you have to have certain coverage if people are going to be coming in, product liability, public liability insurances, and that isn't something we generally have for the workshop because we only have employee liability here, because there's no public technically allowed in anywhere apart from the downstairs office. So like, to do it for an open day, we have to be really careful. It's and Superhands 900 liability. Yeah. He's liable all on his own. Yeah. We have specific insurance just for Superhands attending. No, that's not true at all. So yeah, we'll have to work it out how we're going to do it for the day, but there is a lot of planning still to go. And if you guys are interested, as I say, there might be a small ARG type puzzle. I don't know if you guys would be interested in something like that, but yeah, we did a small one a couple of weeks ago just to see how people thought about it, but we'll see. I have an interview tomorrow and I want to make a strong first impression. Do you have any tips on standing out and making a positive impact? It's a long time since I've had an interview, I'll be honest. But I think in terms of standing out, trying to figure out before you attend what they're likely to ask you and be prepared for that. Make sure you're really clear. A lot of the times in interviews, when I used to interview people, we'd see people talk about the same thing 5 times in 5 different ways. And it came across as waffle rather than saying, look, this is what I did and this is how I did it. Whatever kind of question you expect to be answered, because it really depends on the role. Be really clear about strengths and weaknesses, I think, is the other thing. For example, when I go to an interview, I know what my strengths are. I'm really good at managing projects. I'm good at getting deliverables achieved on time. I'm great at managing FTE, all of those things. I'm terrible at public speaking. Part of the reason why I started to stream historically is because I'm not great at public speaking, and I don't particularly enjoy it either in general. So when I used to have a corporate role, I thought, well, maybe streaming will help, and it does to an extent. Like, talking to you guys is only slightly adjacent to talking to 200 people in a hall, and it does help. So, you know, make sure you have an explanation of what you've done, how you've done it, and why you've done it. I like the old adage of bums on goalposts, which when you're explaining something, you need to have a few different things. You need to have the who, the what, the where, the why, the when, over the how. So that looks like W's over a H, which looks like bums sat on a goalpost. So as long as you can articulate the who, the what, the where, the why, the when, and the how, that gives you a thorough good rounding of what you're trying to talk about. As long as you tick each of those points off and you don't overcover more than one of them or 2 of them and kind of waffle on like I'm doing now, then I think you'll do good to make a strong impact. So yeah, always good things to think about. Right. Okay, so I've forgotten where I was now. PT news is there, open day news is there. I think for the open day, I think what we're gonna try and do is have like a load of tables out with my personal collection and a load of PT owned products out as well. So there'll be a load of prototypes there. There'll be things like Neo boards that we've had and built on stream. There'll be a ton of giveaways as well. So if you guys are coming along, there'll be boxes of stuff that we just don't sell anymore, or is B stock that we can't sell, and we'll be giving them away or raffling them off on the day as well. So yeah, look out for all that kind of stuff as well. I hope that helped, True Blaze. I hope that helped. Being clear and bums on goalposts, that's how I always try and answer things. Right, okay, so I think that's it for PT news. I don't think there's anything else to tell you about. I think when do the Kroll Crab and Deathmatch go up on the site? When we drop the Protozoa stuff, probably later this month. It's probably going to be towards the back end of February. The reason being is we've got a ton of stock from Protozoa, and as I said before, we have to document that to get it on the site, and we have to have like a plan of attack for it. So I don't have a specific date yet because we haven't assessed even how much work there is to do, but a product listing takes us anywhere between 25 minutes and 2 hours to create, and I think we've got at least 70 product listings to make, maybe more than that, maybe even closer to 100. So it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. Is the open day for us to bring boards along too, kind of like a little meet? I think not, Comic 60. The main reason being is that we don't have the space here at the workshop for people to lay out their boards, and if we do, I'd love to have 50 people turn up. That would be a dream come true. Even if everyone bought one keyboard, 50 keyboards laid out on tables takes up a lot of space, and I don't think we will necessarily have that space here at the PT workshop, just given how much stuff we do already have here. And if we did, if we laid out tables to cover all that space, it would mean that fewer people could be inside at one time, and if the weather's bad, that does make me worry. So probably best not to bring your own keyboards, but we will have a ton of stuff out for you to try. Everything that's in these drawers, everything that we've got that's pre-built, that's knocking around the workshop, that will always be about. So yeah. Liability insurance may also be a concern if people are bringing their own boards. No, they bring them at their own risk. For any meetup, that all boards are brought at their own risk. There was no requirement to insure those. That's why it says on the tickets for like MK UK meetups that they're you bring things at your own liability. So yeah. Any word on the JO2 EC kits yet? No, not yet, Angry Swan. I want to have all the parts in hand and create the kits and then sell them. I'll try and work on it this week, but it's just a time thing. It's just so time consuming to get through everything we've got at the minute. But we will get there eventually. We will get there eventually. Like there's just so many projects going on right now, and I'm trying to get to a point where pretty soon I don't have to devote a full working day every day of the week to prototypist. Like I want to get to the point where I can start to pick and choose what we do a little bit differently, and the team manage a little bit more for PT, which is absolutely an option and something we've started to look into, whilst I start to look at other opportunities. So we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows? Are we also able to buy potentially some of your boards up for sale on the Excel sheet on the day? Yes. So I'll probably try and refresh that Excel sheet before the day, but my personal stuff will be fine. If you're buying from Prototypist, then you'll be able to pay at our point of sale terminal, so you'll be able to pay by debit card or credit card or through your online account if you want to. If it's something of mine personally buying, we'll just do PayPal on the day, and you'll pick up the product, you'll send me the money, I'll get the receipt, or Mel will get the receipt, and you'll take the item away. So yeah, hopefully that will work. Hammer Brother, hey man, thank you so much for being here. I have my Raw JO2 coming back from James soon in prep for the EC kits. Yeah, so with the EC kits, I need to get and this is on me because I haven't spoken to him for a little bit. I need to speak with Sipulate to finalize the plate file and the PCB file and layouts. And once we've done that, I can get the plates ordered. Sipulate PCB is ordered, but the other thing I need to do is I'm going to have to order 1,000 gaskets, which I want to make compatible with both the EC kits and the MX kit, because we have no gaskets left for JO2s, and I've got around 100 JO2 raws here that we put up for cheap, but people aren't buying them because there's no gaskets, plates, or PCBs. So I kind of want to do like a restock of those at the same time, but I don't want to have to create a separate gasket just for the EC stuff, because if I do, I have to buy 1,000 of them, and I'll never sell 1,000 of them, and so it'd make them 30 quid a piece rather than 10 quid a piece or something like that. Like the price would just be astronomical, and if I can make one that fits both, that's the solution, right? So yeah, so it's not as quick as just ordering stuff. Like there is some design work and prototype work that needs to go into that, and we'll try and get it done soon, but I'm not going to promise timescales on it because it's not at the top of my priority. The top of my priority for PT right now is things like VAT returns, annual returns, warehousing, because we have to leave here at the end of this year. So that's all priority 1. Protozoa and stock and stuff like that is priority 2, and then this is kind of like, this sort of thing falls into priority 3 kind of product range at the minute. So we will get there. We will get there. Pink gaskets. Yeah, all the gaskets for the JO1 are pink. I think I have one. So these are the gaskets for the JO1, and they are pink. So they will probably be this colour, all the EC ones, because we bought a load of material in that colour, so we might as well use it. That's all boring stuff, it can wait. Yeah. Yeah, pretty gasket is pretty. Yeah. I don't know why I did that. If the JO2 ROS become a kit, I'll for sure pick one up and get one coated for Mars Cadet. Yeah, so they probably will become a kit once they have PCBs and plates and gaskets, and then the price will go back up to the full retail price. So, that's the kind of plan. Looking to pick up a Zoom 75 and a GMK set. Can I be blessed with a discount code? So we can't give a discount code on anything that's a group buy. And the Zoom 75s have literally just gone in stock, so I can't give a discount on those because they're brand new. They've only been in stock a week or two. If there's a specific GMK set you want a discount on, let me know which that is, and we can see what we can do for you, yeah. Makes Jay look like he's on a Hendu. I'd love to go on a Hendu. I bet they're fantastic times out. I don't know why, but whenever you see them in the media, I feel like Hendus are always more exciting and better planned than the bachelor parties, right? MKUK made me fall in love with Blackbrooks and other SPCs. Nice, yeah. How many raws did you order originally? We ordered enough raws that if every single Blackout and SPC edition was damaged, we could replace them. Because I feel like that's the way to do things. Do you keep on finding them? No, we just, like, we know how many we have and we know where they are. It was just a case of, like, slowly feed them through more than anything else. So, yeah. How was your weekend? My weekend's been good, man. Thank you. How was yours? Hope yours was good too. Love seeing them out in the wild. Yeah. Do you know what? One of the nicest things about the MKUK meetup last year was walking around and seeing just the sheer number of J02s and J01s out there. It was genuinely mind-blowing. Like, it seems to be one of the most popular boards there, which is just like, what? Crazy. Any update on the boards that went to auction? Which ones do you mean, sorry? Which ones do you mean? Be better with a cup of that coffee. Well, Sean, if you would like to buy my coffee, you can do. We do have a website, jaysroastory.co.uk, and you can buy our coffee. This is the fiction blend. So yeah, it was a JO2 heavy event. Yeah. If we could prove we're in the SPC, would you or James allow us to get a raw JO2 done in the SPC colorway? No. So the reason for that, rack, is because they were sold as a special edition to the SPC at the time. I want to keep that as a time-bound thing. There is nothing that I can do to stop you taking it to somewhere else, but because James and I are very close, he's very aware that the Blackout and the SPC edition colorways are just not available to people. I couldn't stop you, for example, going somewhere else and doing it, but I want to keep it as a time-bound thing because it was a special thing, a special moment in time, and I think it would do people a disservice that were there then buying those products to allow anyone to like remake that, if that makes sense. Thank you, Dimatex, for the link. I appreciate it. Speaking of JO2s, I need stabs for mine. When are your next stab drops? So I was speaking to Type Plus on Friday. They're just about to ship our next batch of Type Pluses. That's these bad boys. But other than that, we have Stabies V2.2 in stock right now. Can we get a discount on KKB sets? If you let me know, Imura, what KKB set you would like a discount on, I can probably hook you up with something like 10% during the stream, yes. Just let me know. And I think I'm waiting for Sriram to come back with the GMKs that he wants a discount on as well. Yeah, like you just have to let me know what specifically. Like I can't just like do a site-wide discount. Like that's just difficult. Right. Okay. I think that's everything from a news perspective. If you guys have got any more questions for me, please do let me know. I think. I'm really excited to see you guys at the open day as well. It's been 2 years and 4 months since we last did an open day, which sounds kind of insane. But the last time we did an open day, we actually had 2 workshops. We had Unit 6 and Unit 1, which is where we are now. Because we were in the transition period from Unit 6 to Unit 1. We actually had both units for about a 9-week period, which meant that before we'd moved all of the stock over here, we could hold the open day in a nice big open space. I don't think we've done an event here since then, but I would absolutely be ecstatic if like 50 people turned up. It would be so phenomenal to have 50 people here and just share what we do, like just to, you know, have Mel and I here and you can, you know, see what we do and see what we put up with and see how we kind of like, you know, make things and just how we work. It's just really cool to be able to share that with you guys. Discount for KKB Instant if possible. That's literally only just gone into stock. It's like brand new. I don't mind giving a discount for stuff that's older, but KKB Instant's been in stock for like less than 2 weeks, so we can't do a discount on that one, I'm afraid, right now. But if there's something specifically elsewise, you know, we can absolutely do a discount on that. You know, like what else have we got? If we've still got KKB Miami Nights or something like that in, we can do a discount on that for you, yes, because it's been sat there for, you know, 8-9 months, maybe more. But when KKB Instant has literally only just gone in stock less than 2 weeks ago, it's at its retail price, and it would be a disservice to the group buy purchasers to offer a discount on it so soon. How are the feather switches? Tempted, not gonna lie. I haven't actually built with them yet, Barorium. I've only played with them in hand rather than in a keyboard. I'm not typically a silent linear enjoyer, but we were asked to stock some, so they're there. I'm hoping that someone else will try them and let me know what they think to them, but they seem really nice in hand. They seem very quiet, as you'd expect. They seem very nice and smooth, and they're pretty interesting. So if you do try them, let me know how you feel about them. Right, okay, let's get onto the build stream. I'm going to finish my coffee first. We can ship to the US. If you want some of the coffee and you want it shipping to the US, Sean, when you put your next order through with Prototypist, let me know just in the comment section at checkout that you want the coffee as well, and I'll just arrange that with you directly via email. We actually have two different sites, one for coffee, one for keyboards, just for a health and safety and environment cleanliness perspective. So yeah, so we don't actually have the coffee here on site, but I can just go and grab it when I'm there. I can grab a bag and you can say, oh, hi Jay, I've ordered GMK Nerve, you're going to be shipping it tomorrow, can I chuck on a kilo of coffee? And I'll go, yes, that's fine, here's the bill for the coffee, and we'll send it to you. So yeah, you might just need to wait an extra day for dispatch because I have to go to the other side to grab it to bring it here, or get one of the team to do the same. So yeah. When is the open day? Would be a long drive, but would love to visit you and shake your hand, IRL. You're more than welcome to pop by. It's going to be the 15th of March, True Blaze, and there's a chat channel to discuss it on the PC Discord server. Yeah. Speaking of coffee, is there going to be a coffee stand to pick up beans at the meet? I will make sure that we have coffee on hand that you can buy on the day rack. Yes. It will be the full price rather than the subscription price that you have on Jay's Roastery. But yes, you'll be able to buy some coffee on the day. And of course, we'll be serving just this coffee as well. Whether I get a coffee van in or whether we do the coffee in-house. My machine isn't exactly set up to do like 25 coffees at a rush. It's very much a home espresso machine designed to do like 10 coffees a day, not 10 coffees in 10 minutes. So yeah, I don't know, like there's options, because like from the roastery that we work with, because I don't own the roastery, I just own the beans that we get from the roastery, and it's kind of like a collaboration. There's potential for me to have a coffee machine from there that might be a little bit more commercially spec'd, and that might be a cheaper option than getting a van in. I don't know. We'll see. Your poor machine was struggling by the end of the post MK UK meetup. Yeah, and that was 25 people, 26 people. I wasn't expecting that many to turn up, but yeah. Are there enough extras of GMK Nerve? Wonder if I can wait a bit. So the extras that are in stock for GMK Nerve will be changing on Monday or Tuesday, because I'll be selling some of the extras that we have to other vendors worldwide, so our stock will reduce significantly. I don't know if that stock will then last a day, a week, or a month afterwards, but I think it will just be single figures of each base kit we have left in stock after that point. If you want GMK Nerve from PT, I would advise you to buy it sooner rather than later, because I am so deep in that whole rescuing loop switches from GMK Nerve that I cannot afford to wait to try and just leave them there to sell. I'm going to have to start looking to sell bulk volumes to other vendors, just because of the significant amount of money that I had to pay GMK to get those in. Like, I have to make sure I can cover that bill. So that will happen very quickly this week, and it's one of my priorities this week. So if you are wanting to buy GMK Nerve through Prototypist and support us, I would buy it ASAP. And I'll be honest, it's an absolute banger of a set because it looks great. Like this color here, like it is obscenely bright. The face cam does not do it justice. Like it is luminous. It is such a great color. Like you can see how bright it is. It like washes out the purple onto the lights, but it is such a bright color. So yeah. Bring your own Kenko? Sure, but I'll kick you out if you bring Kenko into my workshop. So glad you've picked up the PC Crush 65 on the extras drop. It's an amazing board. Yeah, do you know what, the Crush 65s, I wish I'd ordered 3 times the amount I did, because I didn't realize how good they were going to be and how much bang for buck you were going to get out of them. They are phenomenal. So yeah, they're really good. Right, let's crack on with the stream before it gets any later, because I've been prattling on at you for 40 minutes now. So, the board we're going to build today is the Loki65. Nescafe is them. Yeah, get out of that. Mel will show you where the exit is very, very quickly. I have turned Mel into a coffee snob over the past 4 years she's worked for PT. Yeah, I think we've been working together for 4 years now, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. So, here's the PCB. It is Hot Swap ANSI. There is Yankar's logo and the Loki logo as well. Hot Swap ANSI. I did want the ISO version for my personal unit. Unfortunately, we ran out of the solder PCBs to make kits with, so I got an ANSI one. Hugs my Tassimo machine. Oh dear, dude, no. Actually, I have been toying with the idea from a coffee perspective, and this is going away from prototypist now. But one of the things I get asked of quite a lot when we do the coffee, because we roast our own beans, and then I'm toying with the idea of selling them pre-ground. I don't really like that I think beans are better ground at home 100% of the time. Some people like to use a French press or a cafetiere or, all of these other kind of tools, and they don't have a grinder. So we're tempted to look at doing pre-ground coffee. But at the same time as that, we've also been looking at the opportunity to do Nespresso replacement pods. So effectively you would get a biodegradable pod or a reusable pod that would have our coffee in that would fit in an espresso machine. Probably not Tassimo, because that's a little bit different, but we have been looking at the opportunity to do that. And it's something we might trial. So I don't know, we'll see. I don't know if people would be interested in that. But the VAT, so one of the big things we've realized is that Jay's Roastery as a separate company is gonna hit the VAT threshold pretty soon, just because of the volume of coffee we would do to wholesale to other companies, which means that we don't then have to charge VAT, but we're doing a VAT return on some things. Rather than do that and have two businesses that have to do VAT returns, my accountant thinks it will probably be significantly wiser to just have Jay's Roastery as a trading name of Prototypist Holdings and just have it as a sub-brand. So we're just converting everything under one VAT reference, which means it will be much easier to sell things with VAT or without VAT through jaysroastery.co.uk. So that's kind of like a medium-term plan. We're going to see how that goes. The whole website redesign is so close to being finished. I need to work on that in the next couple of weeks, and then Jay's Roastery will actually start doing things like advertising and things, which it doesn't at the minute. So lots of things to happen quite soon. But the VAT, the VAT, this is how I want to fix the VAT. Just loop it under Prototypist Holdings, and should be good. Should be good. Right, okay. Back to the build stream, because otherwise I'm just going to digress and talk about stuff that most people don't care of all night. Okay, so here's the Loki65. If you can see in here, it says LOKI and 65, which is pretty clever to get that into the. It's clearly his like helm with the eye socket here and the horns, but it's pretty clever how they've got the 65 into the logo. Can you see how that works? It's very clever. Big fan of that. It did come with PT stickers. If you make an order from us, by the way, you do get a cool Ozzy the Octopus sticker, which has all of our cool things on it. So yeah. O-rings, feet, spare screws, foam packs, and then in here is the board. You have so many PT stickers. I've had to start asking for no stickers. The pile is just too big. Give them away. Stick them on things. The designer of that logo needs a raise. I agree. It was very cleverly done. I think it was Ned Zek himself who designed it, but I have to double check that. Mel doesn't even send them to me anymore. She knows I have too many. I think if she recognizes people's names, she doesn't include them now, unless you ask for them. But yeah, we might be having some new stickers made up soon as well. Maybe they'll be here in time for the open day. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited to show you guys this though, because this is like a really cool board. Like I saw it and I was just like, yeah, I have to have that. Stick one of your tool shop in there, haven't it? Oof. Is it possible to get a discount code for GMK Nerve for US residents? No. So Alex OP, I'll show you guys this first. This is the polycarbonate version of the board with the Norse badge on the top, the FR4 plate, and then that cool logo on the bottom. How cool is that? Look at that for a board. Or do adults put stickers on? So Alex OP. So the issue with GMK Nerve is twofold. So I'm sure you're aware that lubed switches couldn't afford to pay their invoice for GMK Nerve. So what that meant is that I had to buy that from GMK to then enable us to sell it back at the original group buy price to anyone who was affected by lubed switches. So Alex, we had a form up for just over a week where anyone who wasn't getting the set from lubed could reapply to be invoiced through us and have it at group buy price with a £5 rebate on shipping costs. So we did that for everyone for that. The issue I have is that to buy out lubed stock was significant multiples more than what the UK volume of Nerve was. So it was more than, I think, more than 20 times what the UK volume of Nerve was, if I remember the numbers correctly. So rather than the stock that we should have had, it was 20 times larger that I had to pay out of pocket for. So the reason why I can't do a discount on Nerve is, one, is because it's brand new and it's only just gone in stock at the retail price. Two, we've already done a discount for affected customers, whereby they could get a discount on it by getting it at the group buy price and also getting a £5 rebate on shipping, which came out of my personal pocket. I paid for those personally. And now it's in stock, but there is so much stock that I need to sell as much of it as possible, as quickly as possible, to regain enough funds to make sure I've covered the bill that I had to pay to GMK, because it was a bill that I wasn't expecting, didn't expect to have, was significantly many times more than what the bill should have been for Nerve, and I had to do that at pace quickly and to make sure that everyone was able to get hold of the sets, and we've done that. So now my next job is to try and figure out what to do with the extras, and whilst we'll have some listed on the website, I will be selling some at wholesale to other vendors around the world to make sure that there is some disbursement of those. I don't know what that looks like yet. That's going to happen this week, but I need to basically pay that bill back as quickly as possible, because I'm putting myself at risk if I don't, you know, if I don't try and sell these and get it as large a revenue take back as possible. If I sell all the sets we have left over right now to other vendors around the world, I will not break even. I won't break even. So yeah, just won't break even. Which is really tough, like to handle these kinds of things when it's like that. Looks tasty. Jesus, that's a nice looking board indeed. Yeah, this is such a good looking board. It's such a good looking board. There are alternative badges available as well, so let's take a look inside it. Jay's finger pointing stickers, please. Are there going to be any Pangea mini extras when that board comes in? Yes, there will be Pangea mini extras. Not a ton of them, but there will be some, yes. I feel like people have asked for discounts today and I've had to say no to all of them, but like normally it's dead easy because people ask for stuff that they've been eyeing up for a while, not stuff we've only just put in stock. The ink black looks amazing also. Yeah, so the ink black is like black translucent. It looks a little bit like a Gateron ink switch housing, if you've seen those. I thought I had an ink to one hand, but I don't. Is that a J-series numpad over your left shoulder? No. I think you could just see the numpad port. I think you could just see that. I think that's what you could see. You're saving for a big boy, a big chungus, right? Thank you, Supans. It does look great. It does look great. No, I don't think a J series numpad would be viable as a product. Like, it'd just be too expensive and probably not sell. And this year I'm trying not to do any projects that don't make you know, or don't end up making me a loss. I've already started out the year with Nerve potentially making us a loss, so I need to make sure to not allow that to happen throughout the rest of the year. Right, okay, these screws did not want to come out, so I'm going to have to try and pop them out this way. There we go. So there we go, here's the inside. Super clean, super nice. Let's get some gaskets installed. Get it up for sale. Maybe. It's not as easy as just getting things up for sale. I wish it were. I wish it were. I'm the least capitalistic business owner in the world, I think, sometimes. Today we're going to go with the gasket mount for this one, I think. Well, either way, we need to put the gaskets in underneath the plate. So we're going to pop these in place, and then we'll go with the gasket mount. It is ready for top mount, but I think the gasket mount's probably going to be a little bit nicer for this one. Oh wait, why does that not want to stick? Oh, it left the sticky behind. I've peeled this off, but it left the sticky on there. That's slightly frustrating. Oh, it's doing it again on that one. Okay, I don't like that. Let's try taking off the paper instead. Let's see if this works better. Yeah, there we go. I can't believe Jay doesn't want to make losses in all of his ventures. Between this and him paying himself a wage, I'm outraged. I know you are jesting with that, but there are many people who tell me I should not take a salary. Most of those people don't dare say that in public, but most of them, or a lot of them, will say it to me in private, and it's very frustrating sometimes. Has Deadline Studio contacted you about the fix kits they're developing for the T9 USB port? They said they'll be sending fixes to vendors. I have not heard anything about that, no. Remind me tomorrow, Superhands. Just tag me on Discord, and I will ask Sharon to liaise with them and see if we can figure out what's going on there. But no, they have not let me know about that. I'm very happy to be your anger translator if ever required for people who say that. Thank you. I think the view is that because this is a hobby first, that maybe, you know, salaries are not really warranted and that you should do it for the love of the hobby. And that's fine, but when you do this for, you know, 60 hours a week, minimum every week for 5 years, and in those 5 years you take less salary than you did in 3 months at your old job, it's difficult. It really is difficult. Which is why, as you know, Oskillian, I am looking at potentially other opportunities, because PT is in a position now where it can broadly run itself. Like, the team know what they're doing. We've got lots of contracts in place. There is opportunities for me to do other things these days, so I'm keen to explore them where I can. Okay, gaskets installed on the lower case. Let's install feet while we're here. I did check the PT60's PCB's compatibility with the back and eco mount, and it does fit in CAD. Well, I pray that it fits in real life as well. As I say, I haven't tried it with the back and eco, so I can't promise that it will work, but I hope it does for you. Most of the IT world wouldn't be paid if that was the case. Can you imagine? Like, I get that people like to know where their money goes in a business. I really do. I understand and appreciate that. And the vast majority of money that comes into PT goes on products. The second biggest thing after products is rent and staff. And I like to make sure that my staff are paid what I think is fair, and I hope they think it's fair too. I'm sure they'd tell me if they didn't think it was. I'm at the bottom of the food chain, man, when it comes to PT's cash flow. Like, you know, I'm the first to not get paid, or the last to get paid each month, and yeah, like, I think there's definitely ways and means of handling that. So surprisingly many gaskets for a 65% board. Yes, this was designed a few years ago, so I think it's changed. It actually has rubber O-ring mount, so you can do a burger style mount as well, or you can just keep it a standard top mount. As I say, we're going to do the gasket mount today, just because I prefer gasket mount with an FR4 plate. If it was carbon fiber or one of the aluminium plates, I would have probably stayed with top mount. But I'm not sure if actually there is slots for the gaskets on this side or not. I can't remember how it's built. So I'm learning as we take this apart. Do you lose any enjoyment as you constantly build boards or around them? I'm going to be honest, yes. It is easy to lose interest in certain products and certain boards. And sometimes that specialness that the hobby has is lessened when you have 350 of something to sort and pack and ship. Oh no, it does take the gaskets in here. Here you go, look. There you go, you can see there's the screws for the badge. Camera, please. There we go. And then here's the slots for the gaskets. So we're going to pop these in as we work our way around. So yeah, so it's it is entirely possible to lose that kind of enjoyment in the hobby, and that does happen on some builds and with some products, and it's hard to get that magic back sometimes, and it's easy to lose it again as well when you do get it back. There are some projects that just take me by surprise. So I was dreading getting the Loki65s in, for example, because it'd been 2 years since we sold the product, been a nightmare of a group buy, and there was all sorts of stuff to do. But once I saw them, I fell in love with them so much that I had to buy a personal unit. So it really depends. You bought a Heine Beige from us a few days ago? Thanks. I think we sold quite a few of those recently. Heine Beige is very, very popular. But I'm glad you got it for Hannes. I'm glad you like it. It's a really good set. Okay, just about here with gasket installation then. Beige good? Yeah. If you want a good PBT beige gasket, beige keycap set, then look for the JOG keycaps. UK ISO included in base. Split space bar included in base, and all for less than, I think, just under £45. What would you say has been your worst selling products ever at PT? We've had a lot of stuff that's just not made MOQ, especially in the early days when, like pre-COVID, when we first started out, things just didn't hit MOQ all the time. In terms of worse, I don't think we've ever had anything that sold nothing. I think probably the better GMK Alps in kits. ISO kits, Ginghams, we did sell. The first time we sold Ginghams, they sold out in like 10 minutes. And the second time we sold them, they just did not sell at all. And I don't know why, but that was a real interesting one. I suspect that we've done a lot of switches in the past. The reason why we don't carry like a huge switch range is because switches are difficult to predict what's going to be popular and what's not. And because we only make like a penny a switch on average profit after you take off all of the kind of like costs and everything else, like the profit on switches is generally between 1 and 3 pence per switch. Most of the time it's closer to a penny a switch. So there were times when we'd have you know, we'd get 20,000 of a switch. Like, we bought the blue McCaw switches from Canon Keys, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago now, and we had 20,000 of them, I think, and they just did not sell. They just didn't sell. Like, I think we had them in stock for like 6 months before we sold even a single 10 pack of them. So that's one thing that jumps out to mind. There has been other desk mats that have just, people have been interested in interest check, and we've got them in, and they've just not sold. And it happens with every product. Like the Nessun 810Es that we've got in, the ones with the split spacebar, the 1800 with the separate spacebar, the exploded spacebar. In group buy, we sold quite a few of those, and in stock we've sold 1. So we put all of those, or 2 maybe. I think we sold a second one this weekend actually. So, you know, it's really difficult to judge what's going to be popular. And I think sometimes between when a group buy happens, it's really popular, and then because it ships 3, 6, 9, 12, 18 months later, the community's moved on by that point, and if you've bought into the wrong set at the wrong time, sometimes things just don't sell. A good example of this is GMK Shinseki. It's a great set. It's green and purple. It's Eva themed. Every other time we've done something Eva themed, it's sold out almost instantly. This time, no. Like, we sold out. I mean, we sold out of the novelties, I think, but it just did not sell anywhere near as what we expected. And GMK Mars Cadet, which went in stock around the same sort of time, we weren't expecting that to do well at all, and it sold out. Like, literally, it sold out 3 times as Mars Cadet. Every time we put it in stock, it's sold out. I think we're down to like 4 base kits left of it. It's just done supremely well comparatively. So it's really difficult to say. Like, there's no one specific product that I can say that did really well or really poorly, because it's so hard to judge. And there's been group buys recently, like Hippo, that didn't make MOQ, was selling really well in the UK comparatively, but it didn't sell well elsewhere. And then like this weekend, we've had more orders this weekend for GMK Motif than any other key set in the last 12 months in the first few days of group buy. Like within, I think, 3 or 4 days, whatever it's been. That section for a GMK keycap set, we've sold more of Motif than anything else except for Darling in that time period. The only other set that sold more in those first few days was Darling. So, it's really difficult. It's really difficult. It is really, really difficult to judge. Pooped in the Pool Moons, that should have made MOQ in my book. And I think that was with Mexico, so I'm actually kind of glad it didn't make MOQ in some ways, but that should have done, yeah. I legit wouldn't be in the hobby if Jay hadn't sold me the Picnic. He encouraged me to learn to solder on it, and now I'm here.
Incredible.
Did I? I have no recollection of that, but, well, I'm glad, Colleen. I'm glad. There was a huge through-hole kit boom a few years ago. Now it's just generally died down. Yeah, maybe, because we sold a lot of Argyles in group buy, and then in stock, just no interest. No interest at all. The Delta seems to be hanging around. I love mine. It's a beautiful board. We still have a Sagittarius, which I think is a 4-year-old board now. We have one Sagittarius in stock, which has just been sat there forever, and no one's ever bought it. So yeah, we do have some old products that have been around for a long time. Yeah, no idea why Solar Array does so well versus Nonchalantly. Yeah, you know why Solar Array does well. Motif is proper Marmite. Yeah, have you guys? Let me show you guys Motif. Let me. Is that gonna work? Yeah. So this is GMK Motif. I'm a big fan of this. This is like such a fun set. It's got the speckle to it. It's got the bright colors. It's just such a fun set. It uses a mix of double shot and UV legends, like pad print modifiers and stuff like that. It is just such a fun set. And the Motif 65 is coming soon, which is going to come including some keycaps as well, I think. It uses the GMK Nui legends, which look really great on this, really fun and playful. I just think it's absolutely fun. Yeah, we're going to be selling the Motif. Yeah, the Motif 65. It's the Akuko Labs board. Yeah. It is just such a fun set. Like, the artisans are cool. Look at that. It's just so fun. The cable's cool. I just absolutely love it. Like, look at that. look at it, it's just phenomenal. But I can appreciate why some people don't like it. I can understand why there's a lot of people that look at this and think that ain't for me. I can absolutely see it, but it has been selling really, really well. Like, it just looks really good. And there is a little bit of text here, a bit of blurb about where it came from and the idea behind it. But yeah, but Timothy at Kuko Labs, you know, he's such a good designer. He did Penguin Belly Slide, a Perch Priority, which is in group buy as well at the minute. This is the back of the Motif65. This is the rear of it. This is the weight on it. Look how cool this is. Like, the bump on feet are different shapes and colors in each corner. I can't wait until we can sell this because I think it looks so good, and it will come with the keycaps as well. So, yeah. Fun meets function. Like, he's such a cool designer. He did Gestalt, which was ran through Protozoa, which we will be stocking soon. It's one of the things I have downstairs. Anyway, cool designer, really cool product, and it's been selling amazingly well comparatively, like way better than I expected it to. Sagittarius shows are sold out. Do you know what, Superhands? Someone may have bought it over the weekend. I don't know, but I did see it on the shelf there last week. So yeah, I don't keep up with all the sales until on Monday, but. Yeah, I don't think we'd shipped it up until Friday, so it may have sold over the weekend, Demotex, yeah. I'm still on the edge if I should get Boneyard. Boneyard's a great set. I think we have it in pre-order, right? He realizes he's not sharing his screen. Yeah, Boneyard is a great set. So this is Boneyard. If you like a warm grey set that goes with pretty much every board, like this looks really good on polycarbonate boards, it looks great on grey boards. Boneyard is bona fide a great set. Especially with the novelties. Like this ISO Enter is quite possibly one of my favorite ISO Enters that we've ever done. And this Numero as well here that you see at the top. This is such a cool take on a Numero. Such a cool take. Anyway, it's in pre-order now. You can pick that up if you want to. The thing I have is KKB Vibrato, which is so similar. Fair. Thank you for sharing the link, Oshkalan. Yeah, I appreciate that. Does the cost of a GMK set come down as more sets are sold in group buy? No. So the way it works from a vendor perspective is when we get a quote from GMK, we will get a quote and it will give us a price point for different MOQs. So let's say we're going to buy a key set, like, you know, it's Boneyard R2, for example. When the lead vendor goes to GMK, they will say, right, GMK, this is the kitting we want to sell. Give us some pricing at different MOQs. If it's standard stock GMK colors, so this is colors that GMK use and have on hand that they can replicate anytime, any day, then you have to buy at least 150. But then you might have price breaks between 150 MOQ, 250 MOQ, 500 MOQ, 1000 MOQ, 5000 MOQ. If it's a custom color or a series of custom colors, then that MOQ starts at 250 and you lose the 150 tier. Now, if we planned as a group, a collective of vendors around the world to only buy 150 of a set, the prices would be significantly higher than what you see at retail today, like significantly higher than what you see at retail, because that's when they're most expensive from GMK, and it's not feasible really to run a group buy and only assume you're going to sell 150 worldwide, because the prices would just be obscene. They'd be double what they are today. So across the vendors, we kind of have like a little bit of a discussion back and forth and say, how well do we think this is going to go? And we'll then put a finger in the air, make a prediction, and we'll collectively try to agree to be able to buy out to say the 500 MOQ. And then because we've kind of agreed we're going to try and get to the 500 MOQ, we'll then price it as such. We'll say, if it was at the 500 MOQ, what would we sell it at group buy, pre-order, and in stock? That's how we set the pricing. If we sell less, well, then that's on us. We make a loss because we've sold it at the 500 MOQ and assumed we're going to get it at that wholesale cost, and we don't. We have to pay more for them. So then we don't make any money, or we make very little money. Because we're only ordering 250. That happens a lot. That happens more often than I like. Very, very infrequently, we will have a set that we will sell more of than we expected to. So instead of ordering at that 250 MOQ, we order at the 500 MOQ. Or instead of ordering at the 500 MOQ, we order at the 1000 MOQ. Does that reduce the wholesale cost for vendors? Yes. but it also then means that we probably have significant volumes of stock sat on a shelf for a longer time than we expected to. And that has its own costs. What people seem to miss is that having stock is a cost in and of itself. Not only do you need to insure that stock, but you also need to pay for warehouse space. You need to pay additional taxes at the end of the year here in the UK. If you have stock, you pay tax on your stock here in the UK. I don't know if that's true for worldwide, but it's certainly true here. So, you have additional storage fees and everything else. Ultimately, no matter what MOQ we sell at, we generally break around where we expected to. Either we buy more than we intended to originally, and then we sell more eventually, but ultimately the costs that we've had to store that over time bring it back down. So, yeah. So if we wanted to, the bottom line of this is if we wanted to introduce price breaks for different MOQs, you'd maybe save £5 if we happen to hit a higher MOQ. Let's say we were selling it based on selling 250 worldwide, and all of a sudden we sell 500. You'd at best get maybe a refund for £5. The reason for that as well is because there are other costs associated with it as well. So refunds cost 3%. Plus 3% of the original transaction, so you're talking 6-ish% to 10% depending on where you are in the world. You will lose that because there's a payment processing fee of 30 pence as well, plus other bits. So you lose about 10% doing refunds, so that money just disappears into the ether, into the bank's pockets. So doing price breaks, the difference is negligible in terms of a customer perspective, and we'd have stock sat on a shelf for a lot longer, which means we'd make less money overall, even if we sold more, because that's just how math works sometimes. So yeah, so that's why sets don't come down as more sets are sold in group buy. I know Canon Keys tried it with a set last year. The set didn't sell enough anyway. It's just, it's difficult to do and difficult to implement. Still need to order macro data refinement. Yeah. Boneyard not getting an international kit was the biggest keyboard related disappointment of 2024. I'm sorry, man. Do new molds affect the MOQ? Yes and no. So the answer to that, Demotex, like everything in this hobby, is it depends. I'll give you an example of that. When we did, I don't have one to hand actually, I don't think. But we did, I may have one in here actually. We did a PT branded keycap with GMK. Some of you have them. I thought I'd got one here. I don't. Anyway, it's a GMK keycap like this one, but it has the Prototypist logo on it. It has the PT logo on it. When we ordered those, we had to pay for a mold to be able to make the double shot of the keycap, and we had to buy 1,000 of them minimum. Now, since then, we've had it made in a couple of other colorways. We've made multiple orders for them. I think we only have to buy 250 of each time we do it now if we wanted to, but then they work out about $4 a key. If we buy 1,000, it's about a euro a key. So we tend to just buy 1,000 at a time and then shove them in packages for a little while or whatever, or 5,000 at a time and give them away at meetups and stuff. When you do it for a novelty key that's going into a key set, you have to pay for the mold as well. But because you're producing so many other keys, I think it just means you have to do it at you just have to guarantee the bases at 250, I think. But I can't remember for sure. I'd have to double check that. There are other keys that they will do, such as this one, which came from Novel Keys 2024 meetup. There we go. That's a GMK double shot key. Those ones they do for free, but they don't retain the rights to the molds. So, I think this is from a meetup at some point as well that they did, which is quite cute. So yeah, so it really depends is the answer. Which I know is not a great answer, but it does depend. A little late, but I'm here. Hey, Shimmy, thank you for being here. Selectresk was a big sad not making MOQ. Yeah, I reached out to the designer and asked him why he didn't want to run it anymore. He didn't reply back to me, so I'll reach out to him again. The fact that most of the last GMK set not sold by Novel Keys that hit MOQ was GMK Cosmos is concerning. So, hold on. Sorry, man. I did not. The fact that most of the last GMK sets not sold by Novel Keys that hit MOQ was GMK Cosmos is concerning. I'm not quite sure what you're trying to say there. Are you trying to say that only sets sold through Novel Keys tend to hit MOQ naturally? I don't think that's true. If I gave that impression, that's not what I meant to say. Looking forward to GMK Celine. Loving the number of sets of plastic coming out with the different plastic mixes. Yes. So Manu and I are speaking to GMK at the moment on Pompeii, which looks phenomenal. If you haven't seen GMK Pompeii, go check out the IC because it looks fantastic. I know that JQ's got his own thoughts on the novelties, but JQ, I love you. So yeah, so GMK Pompeii has some challenges in how to make it, and we're just waiting for GMK to come back to us on that front. So yeah. The last set that hit MOQ and was not sold by Novel Keys was GMK Cosmos. Okay, so that's the last set that hit MOQ organically, you mean, through sales and not having to be bought out by vendors. Yeah, okay. Was that the last set? Was that the last set? Let me have a look at. Do you know what? Let's have a look in closed group buys and see if that was the last set. Closed group buys. So Copper did hit MOQ, but that was Novel Keys. British Racing Green. This hit MOQ. This was Canon Keys and Gion. Yeah. That hit MOQ. MT New Space Cadet was Novel Keys. This is all of our closed group buys. Darling hit MOQ. That was Natural hit MOQ. Yeah, that was Novel Keys though. And then Cosmos. Yeah. Okay, so there just hasn't been that many since Cosmos because we've run most GMK sets since then. So that was October. So yeah. Unless there's a few in here that... Oh, actually, there might be Rascals and a few others and stuff like that that aren't in here, actually. But yeah, but Cosmos should arrive tomorrow, actually. Cosmos should arrive here at PTHQ tomorrow. So you can't see on me showing this, but it does have Legends. It's not a blank set. I promise it's not. Here we go. There. You can't see those either. But it does have Legends, I promise. I promise. But yeah, this set hit MOQ and should be with us tomorrow. Oh, you can see the Legends a little bit there. So it does. You can see the Windows Legends, I think, just about, maybe, just about. It's really hard to share on stream because the way the screen capture works. But yeah, that should be with us tomorrow. So if you want it, order it, pre-order now because it's in pre-order right now. But it'll go up to in-stock price this week. So bear that in mind. Right. Okay. Back to the build anyway. Icy Prisoner, thank you so much for being here. I thoroughly appreciate you. I need Cosmos, but I also need to eat this month. Dude. Am I crazy or do you have a link of for limited available items on your site? Sean went, what do you mean by limited available items? What do you mean? I hope you have some decent stock. Manu, just drop me a message. We'll figure it out for you. It's going to stock tomorrow. I pre-ordered yesterday. Nice. Nice. Right. Let's figure out what we're going to do with foams. I think we're going to put a foam in the base. Just because I think we are. Oh, wait. Does that not actually fit? Oh, okay. I see. There we go. And then... Or actually, we could just put this on the base of the PCB. Yeah, let's put the foam on the base of the PCB when we install it in the case, and not put the case foams in. And I don't want the in-switch foams either. No foam. We're just going to put one in, just because it's an FR4 plate, and I'm not particularly fond of FR4 plates. So, and this is a personal build, so I'm building it for me. Right, which does mean that we need to do a poll, because you guys need to pick what switches we're going to use today on the board. So, we have two choices for you. I'm hoping our moderator's watching. We have Gateron CJ switches, or alternatively, we have Oil Kings. Those are the two switches we have. You guys can pick what you want to see in the board. In terms of layout, we have to go ANSI. We have to go 6.25U, I think, spacebar. Yes, 6.25U spacebar. We have to do full backspace, full left shift, and full ANSI enter. So, let me grab some stabilizers out, and we'll get going. Yeah, there is a link to in-stock items, yes. Right, let's grab some stabilizers out of the ye old collections. This is a personal board and not something we're going to end up giving away. I'm just going to use whatever I can find stabilizer-wise. Let's figure out a wire. Let's go for a gold wire. Is that 6.25U? Feels like it's 6.25U. Nope, it's 7U. That means that's 6.25U, and we need 3 2U ones. That's 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna just have to empty this tub out because I'm gonna need some screws from there. And then for housings, what we're gonna use. I've got quite a few of these, so let's go with these. So I need 2, 4, 6, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Right. I have lost my my little cloth that I usually keep by me, but never mind. We are legion, we are hive mind. What are you guys going for? Not actually sure what stabilizers these are, they're just old ones. Soil Kings. It doesn't look like it right now. The good news is it's hot swap, so I can always change it later if I need to. Gator on CJs, interesting choice. Interesting choice. My disappointment is immeasurable. They're both lubed. Matt lubed these for me some time ago. They're both lubed with 205 grade 0, I believe. Right, let's get on with the stabilizers. Flips table. No, the plate is not made of, it's made of FR4, Oz. Mr. Kulane, it's made of FR4. I'm not some cheap hussy that would change my affections over some things or trivial switch choices. Are you sure? Moons, I did see a comment from you earlier on saying that JQ had some valid points. I agree, I agree. I was being facetious more than anything. I like my CJs dry. Yeah, they're pretty good factory lubed actually. I can't remember why Matt lubed these for me. I think it would just we needed to make it like a round number. Like I think it was like 3,000 switches or something. So I just chucked a load of CJs at him as well, just to round off the numbers. Time to switch streams. Were these so smooth that out of the box you had to crack one open to see if they were lubed? They were super smooth, and I can't remember if they were factory lubed or not, but when we opened them and we put them back together after opening them, they were not as smooth as they were prior. So like the act of unsealing them and putting them back together stopped them being as smooth. But I think I just needed some switches lubing, and as I say, I just sent them all to Matt to be done for me. And we just included them just to keep it a round number. See, I'm not a fan of box switches really. I tend to prefer the non-box variant if I can get hold of it. I'm not saying all box switches are bad. There's some that are really good, but I tend to prefer the non-box variant if there's both. Machine polished? Yeah, I think they were the first maybe to be machine polished. I could have sworn they had a small amount of factory lube. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm now worrying that the wire I've done for their spacebar stabilizer is a 6U, not a 6.25U. Oh, actually, that reminds me, at Super Hands, if you still want to buy some 7U spacebars, I did have a count through my box the other day, and I got to 150 and realized that I was still counting. So if you do want some 7U spacebar bar wires, let me know. I'm sure I can arrange you a pack for a few quid. Maybe we call them like, I don't know, like £1.50 each or something. Okay, there we go. That's those lubricated for now. Right, let's get these stabilizers into the PCB. And then I'm just going to have to root around in here for some screws. This is going to be painful, I suspect. Let's try and stick with the theme and have gold screws here just because they'll look nice. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 washers. Let me try and find some more gold screws. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no, not right. The joys of putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 multiple different screws in a tub that are all slightly different. That'll do. That'll do. It gets me through. Whoops. This is where stabilizers go to die. My box of many mysteries. Yes, they are. Ping you when I stick an order in next. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Ping me when you stick an order in, and I will make sure you get what you need stabilizer wire-wise. Right. Okay. Let's get the spacebar stabilizer in first. I think we're going to need a Phillips screw here. These might all be different screws. I apologize. This is just how it works sometimes. Gemma, thank you so much for 15 months of subs, my dear. I appreciate that. Yeah, just pop a message in with your next order. Like they're not like it's not like through PT. So what I'll do is I'll just drop you a mail, and then you can send me some funds by PayPal or something because they're my personal ones rather than company-owned ones, and I can just shove you some 7U wires in the box. I just know Mr. Superhands was asking about them the other day. If people ask for them a lot, we'll probably just stock them and do it a different way rather than sell my personal collection of them. But for now, I think selling my personal collection is fine. I do not need as many stabilizer wires as I have, so... Okay, that's the inner sight enter done. And we're going to do the left shift. I mean, it'd take an eagle eye to spot that these screws are not all the same and not all identical, but they're not, which is, well, it is what it is. My phone flashing, that's probably my wife wondering where on earth I am. She was asleep when I left. She'd fallen asleep on the couch. I didn't want to wake her, so I just left her there. Okay. Excuse me. I apologize if I sniffle. I am coming down with a cold at the minute. It's been affecting me for a little bit. Oh yeah, she'll know where I am, but like, yeah, she'll be upset I didn't say goodbye, most likely. Okay. Plate at the ready. Let's get the switches in. Does that not want to align? There we go. Next instant giveaway, Jay hits the shift, enter and backspace on the board and you have to guess which mismatched stabs he used. I mean, these aren't mismatched stabs. The stabs are all the same. It's just the screws that are different. That's all it is. Because I have a box of screws that are all the right size, but all from different manufacturers and whatever else. So they're all slightly different. Cosmos is arriving tomorrow. Yes, Cosmos should arrive tomorrow. When I checked the tracking on Friday, it suggested that it would ship out from, it suggested that it would arrive from GMK tomorrow because I had to pay the import bill for it on Friday. So it should be out for delivery tomorrow, which means that we'll process sets either tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on other work that's going on around PT. In terms of cutting a plate, I don't know when we would do that. I'm actually waiting for another customer. That was reminded me, there is another customer I need to chase on a plate because we haven't had a plate file off them and I emailed them and I've not had a response yet. So I don't know if my email's gone to their spam box or their emails have gone to my spam box or what, but I do need to check that actually. It's a good reminder. But yes, it depends is the answer because I probably won't be cutting plates until Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday are just too busy at the minute, so Wednesday is probably the next chance I'll get to cut plates. Darling, when? I don't think it's too far away. I was told it was shipping this month, so I mean, as soon as I know, it'll be on the Notion. You guys will know. But I'm keen for that to arrive because I think that'll do pretty well in stock. So yeah. Probably wait for steps to drop as I'm in no rush. Yeah, so I need to chase the Type Plus ones tomorrow because I know we have got the order in for them. We had to put the order in January and then there was an issue with the payment, so I was waiting until after Chinese New Year. And then I was speaking to Type Plus on Thursday, Friday last week. So they should have the funds now. I'll double check with them and then they should be on the way. Okay. Oh, Sean, you were looking for items that are down to the last one available. Interesting. I don't know if we can filter for that. At the minute, the contextual filters I'm in the process of building, they will do that, but I don't know. Yeah, so there isn't anything even in the sort list that can do by volume remaining. Yeah, there is a way of doing it in the new version of the website. When that goes live, but I can't think of a way to do it on what we have already. I'm just trying to think if there's a way I can put a collection together that does it. Let's have a look. Let me see. So in Shopify, you can create like automated collections, and there might be a way that I can do one that works on. Okay, so a smart one where the tag is equal to in stock, and it has another condition, and it's got to meet all conditions, where the inventory stock is equal to 1. Let's call it last chance. Hold on. I don't know if this will work. Okay, so this is a this Sean Wenz is a very, very quick and dirty method of trying to pull anything through that's just got 1 left. Have a look, tell me if it works. Like I don't have a chance to look at it much, but I've tried to create it. So this basically has hold on, it's just easier if I show you this. I don't like showing the back end of Shopify just in case I release anything that I shouldn't do, but look, what I've done is I've created a collection called Last Chance, and what this does is it checks to see if there's a tag equal to in stock and inventory stock is equal to 1. Now I can change this to do it like is less than 3 or something like that if that works better, but this shows the last one of something in stock. Like I am not going to have a chance on stream to like verify this list, and it might pull back things through that have like 10 base kit but 1 child kit, for example. It might ping stuff through like that, so I don't know. But anyway, that's there. It didn't take long to have a crack at, so have a flick through, and it will pull through things that have more than 1 item, will it? Hold on. Let me. No, it's equal to 1. Is equal. Inventory stock is equal to 1 item. So it won't pull something through if it has an inventory stock that's equal to 2 items. So it'll just pull it through if it's got child kits that have 1 left. I can't do it. Yeah, so it's like a mix of what you and Demotex are saying, Jelly. So it will pull back through a list of everything that's in stock that has 1 unit remaining on a child kit level. So you might find that the base kit has 10 or 20 or whatever, but there is at least 1 child kit or 1 item in the list that has only 1 left. That's what it should do. Yeah, so it'll work on a child. It'll pull back on like one. It'll pull back based on having just 1 of the kits will have 1 item. So if any single stock item has only 1 left, then it will pull it through. Yeah, like I can add more rules to it to refine it later on, maybe. But in fact, we can probably sort this by that. Let's have a look how that does it. So this is just like newest to oldest now. So yeah, so there's probably like 1 extension kit left. Yeah, so it's pulling through 1 extension kit from Blue Alert, so that's why Blue Alert's there. There'll be 1 kit that's got 1 left. I can't do it any other way. If I can add other conditions to it. but I can only do inventory stock. I can't do... There's some things I can do in meta fields, but that'll be superseded by the kind of like the new contextual filters that I'm developing. So that will kind of be irrelevant because that all works on meta fields. Yeah, so EPP Brutalist will show because because one of the child kits has one item left. And I think that's probably the best I can do without like spending time on it. Like, yeah, so last chance stuff, there you go. Last chance, there are things in there where there's only one of left. So have a look at it. It may be close to what you want, it may not. It's the best I can do on stream. Seems to be working fine for me. Yeah, I think it is working fine. I think I just probably explained how it's going to work a little bit poorly. So hopefully that's clear now how it's going to work. Yeah. Expected behavior is expected. Yeah, my coffee's going to be ice cold now, but I really need a drink. Okay, let's finish getting these switches then. Can I ask what you were looking for, Sean? How does that help you make a purchase? And actually, whilst you guys are talking about this, one of the things that we've been tempted to do is turn on SMS alerts. Now, I don't like SMS alerts, so we've never looked at them before, but someone suggested this the other day to me in an email, and they requested that we do SMS alerts that you could sign up for in your account page. You can either turn SMS alerts on or off for things that you've had in your basket where it's had a number in stock and all of a sudden there's only 3 left. So we get down to 3 left in stock and it'll ping you and it'll go, hey, Super Hands, there is now only 3 of these left in stock. If you want to buy it, now's your chance. Would you guys like something like that, or would that be a bad feature to have? Good feature or bad feature? Like, you'll be able to pick whether it affects you or not. You'll be able to turn that on or off, but if it was turned on, would it be something you'd use? I like the idea. My wallet dislikes it. Okay, good idea. Okay, because it's something we can do relatively easily. My wife walked past and you said that. How much does that feature cost you? I think it will cost me £10 for every 100 SMSs. So not huge amounts of money. But I'd rather spend money on the store for quality of life things. I lost a barrel like Grim in my basket because of this exact reason. Okay, interesting. Like, it won't do it for like everything, I don't think. That's a really badly bent pen. And it'll only do it if you have SMS turned on in your portfolio page, your account page. But like, it might be something we do. I mean, you can turn it off, Moons. Like, this is something you can actively opt out of. Like, you can just go into your account and say, no SMS. As if I need notifications and I'm checking the website all day. Okay. I just wondered if the functionality would be there and it would be turned off by default and you'd have to turn it on. It would be an opt-in thing, not an opt-out solution. It'd just be interesting whether people would want to use it or not. Because I have to pay for it in advance is the problem. So I don't want to pay for it in advance if then we find that no one uses it. I like the idea, just not SMS. So this was a request from a customer who requested it via SMS. That's why I'm asking. Personally wouldn't use it. That's fine. I mean, most people have the email turned off anyway, so we can do that via email right now, but prefer it over SMS. Oh, email rather than SMS. Okay. Interesting. SMS is for all people. Change my mind. Maybe. Okay, we have switches now in the board, and it's looking pretty fruity. My SMS alert isn't for marketing, that's all. I get that. Like the way I see it is, I just want to give customers choices. And if I said, right, you can now turn on notifications when something you've had in your basket recently hits, you know, the last 3 remaining. And then when you sign up for your account, you can say, yes, I'd like to do that, or no, I don't want those notifications. And if you select yes, it then goes, would you like them by email or SMS? And you go, just email, please. I feel like that's okay. Is that an okay thing to introduce? It's fine if you wouldn't use it. Like, that's great. You can just say, yeah, I introduce it, Jay. I wouldn't use it if you did introduce it. But if some people would... No, sorry, I may have explained it bad moves. I may have explained it poorly. I wouldn't expect anyone to have only one channel. Don't really have a preference for the mode of transmission. Interesting. Interesting. For me, it may cause bad spending, so I'd probably turn it off. And that's fine if you turned it off. Like, I just don't want to spend a ton of money buying credits for an SMF system if people aren't going to use it. My messages with Kalena are for encouraging bad spending. I should give Kalena a... what's the word? I've forgotten the word for it. An affiliate code. I should give Kalena an affiliate code. I should do that. I should do that. That reminds me, I need to have... I did notice something funny that I need to tell Kalena about in private. I can't show it on stream for data protection reasons, but yeah, I did notice something funny the other day. Right, let's get the foam installed. How does this fit on now? Is it supposed to go the other way? Hold on. Let's figure this out. Where is it supposed to sit? Wait, it's not supposed to sit there, that's it. I think it's supposed to go... It's supposed to go like that? Nope. Where does it line up with everything? Well, it must be to go... Why can I not get this to line up? I can't find an orientation where this lines up with switches. So what I'm showing you here is it's lined up with the hot swap sockets on the top, but then it's not lined up on the middle row or the bottom row. So I'm trying to find where it will line up nicely. There we go. That's how it goes. That took some figuring out, but there we go. That is it all now nice and neatly connected. And now it's time for us to drop this into the case. Now this doesn't use a daughter board. Oh, hold on. That's not going to work. I'm going to have to do it the other way around. That's not going to hold. So if we do it this way around. Is that correct? Yes. There we go. That's now all in place. Then we can put the top case on, flip it back over, and get our screws ready to install. Rotate your desk. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. It was upside down and bad to front, so yeah. We have suspicion spend triggers, don't we? Oh dear. Yeah. No, I have things that trigger me to spend money as well. Would add to wishlist send me an email notification of an out of stock item when it's restocked? I'm waiting for the cycle 8 restock. So no, keep it. So the issue with that is we don't use the same product listing. So let me give you an example. If we do in here, in fact, if we search for Blue Alert's a good example. There we go, typing with the wrong hand over it. So what you can see is we have 3 product pages. We have the group by page for the Blue Alert product, we have the pre-order page, and we have the in-stock page. Now the wish list that you can use and add things to your wish list only works per product. We do this because it keeps it separate and people know whether they're buying something that's on a group buy or pre-order where it's going to take months to come, or whether it's in stock. The the restock alerts that are available from the wish list only work for each one of these. They don't work across them. So because I don't restock the group buy, I restock the in-stock one, it doesn't tell you that the group buy is then being restocked. And unfortunately, there's no way around that. That just is how it is. I can't change that. I can't get the developers to change it. This is just an application that we use to give the functionality, and they're unable to change it for us. Now, the only way we could do it is if we changed the name of this and then changed the title of it to pre-order when it went into pre-order and in-stock when it went to in-stock, and change the actual stock levels in the background. But the issue with doing that becomes one about the URL, because the URL here, I know you can't see it, but the URL for this one is prototypist.net/product/group by GMK CYL blue alert. And I like to keep the in-stock links separate. So there is no mechanism for a taggable wish list to know that a new product is actually the same as an old product, just with a name change in the title to determine its stock status, if that makes sense. That keyboard might steal a Tesseract? Absolutely. Absolutely. Right, let's hide that again. You've nearly bought stuff that was in your basket by accident several times. Well, just put it in your wish list then instead. You can use the wish list. Like, you can just use the wish list. That's fine. Go all in, add to cart, and just check out right away. I added that to cart for no reason to purchase right away, but as a placeholder and wait until it's nearly out of stock. But I don't mind is SMS notifications of items I specifically want notifications for. For example, notify me when Jim KJ is live. Okay, interesting. So I don't think I could do the SMS notifications at that granular a level, but that's interesting. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I wonder if we introduced like a series of notifications based on... So I'm just thinking out loud here. If we created something that gave you a notification, let's just say every Friday, it gave you a notification and said, these new group buys are live, these new pre-orders are live, these new in-stock products are live. I know we do the Discord pings, but not everyone has Discord notifications turned on. If we had like I wonder if we should set up an old RSS feed. Does anyone use RSS anymore? Is that a thing? I don't know. But maybe we could just introduce something like that where it just said, right, here's the stuff. You can subscribe to this mail list, and it would just automatically produce itself based on what products we'd created that week, and say, if product created within the last 7 days, send notification to this list of addresses. And we could do that either via SMS or email. I wonder if we could develop something like that. I wonder if we could do something like that. It wouldn't pick up restocks up. Maybe you'd have to do something really custom to pick up restocks. Would it be okay if I wait to order GMK motif at the last minute? Yeah, dude, you've got until the group buy closes to order it. Yeah, absolutely, go for it. So Angry Swan does say, technically no, but there have been recent instances where group buys were pulled early on the basis that not enough people are committed. That's true. I think Motif has got enough support to make it naturally anyway, so I think it'd be okay. I assume with the SMS option, you'd have to use something from Shopify or the plugin vendor. You can't shop around on different SMS AAS providers. Yeah, so we have to use something that works natively within Shopify. The one that we're looking at the moment is Klaviyo. So we want to pick them up for some other things that they do. We've had some stuff in test for about 3 or 4 months in the back end, and we haven't released anything that's publicly visible off the back of it yet. But we want to try automating some things. Like, we don't do any email marketing, and I think that's probably really remiss of us to do that. So we are going to start doing a little bit more. In 5 years, we've done less than 15 email blasts, which is absolutely crazy when you think about it. So we want to start to do more of those, not like 1 a week or 3 a day or anything like that, but a little bit more frequently. We're thinking like a monthly one. So we're going to use Klaviyo for that, for like a monthly roundup, which will have all sorts of different things like new products, last minute checks for group buys, and like a blog post or whatever else. There's some other things it can do, like we had it turned on, we've turned it off since then, where it was doing like AI predictive sales expectations, which is really useful from an accounting perspective. The accountant loved it, and it was scarily accurate as to who would buy and when. So, like within a few hours, sometimes it was scary. But I don't like how intrusive it is, so we turned that off. There's some other things just in terms of managing data in the back end that the Claveo system is really good at. So it's really good at making sure customers are seeing their options from a data protection point of view to sign up for email notifications or not, which I don't think the Shopify native store does very well. And there's also some other things about account management and stock control that we can do through Claveo as well. So we can link it into payment services when we've paid for stuff, so it will know when stock's due to come and things like that. So there's just other stuff we can do with it, but that's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at. And there's a million other things that Claveo does that we haven't even touched on or even looked at yet. But yeah, there's a few things. End of the day, you should only enter group buy if you can afford it at a time. There's always another cool thing around the corner. True, yeah. New dungeon completed. Time for keyboards. Thank you, dude. Congratulations. You have to be old to know what RSS is. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Only change I'd like to see is a way to put the kit options for keyboard extras next to the pictures so we don't have to scroll up and down to see kit 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the product images. Dynamics. So one of the things that we're actually working on, and this is something I'm having to pay the developers of the theme that we use, is to have because you can't do this natively within the theme. Even if you write custom CSS for this, the theme overwrites it. I want all of this information to be spread out across this section here. So imagine a box that goes here, and it will be set out there. Now, I can't do much about the size of the images and it taking up this box here, but it will work better on in-stock product pages than it will do for group buys. The reason being we don't have this box here for in-stock products. So let's have a look at something here. Let's have a look at the Loki65. Okay, so this is a bad example because it's got the drop downs. But yeah, so this effectively, the whole text here would actually be kind of like to the left and centralized and take over. I don't think there's a way for me to put the kit when we have a kitting option. I don't know if there is one of those, like the kitting tables next to the images, because it'd have to go here, which I can't change either. But we are making it so that everything below this line, goes page width. So it would go page width. Which will, for the vast majority of it, will mean that all of this text actually sits on this side of the page, not on the right side of the page. It'll be on the left of the page, which will just make it flow a little bit better. And what we will try and do, if we can, is actually tuck it up into this area here. I don't know if that's possible yet, but it's something we've requested, to tuck it up into this area. So I don't know. We'll see what it comes back and we'll see what it looks like. But no matter what we do with the CSS, we can't change it. It's just one of those things. Pipe the new list of those to a notebook LLM context, then create a podcast, then share as a podcast RSS. Dude, genius. 100%, let's do it. Risdom, thank you so much for the 7 months of subs. Sorry late to the stream, went to the pub after work. Did that do the tasty thing? I don't think it did it? Did it do the tasty? Let's test it.
Tasty.
Okay, so it does do the tasty, but I just didn't hear that. Sorry, Risdom, thank you very much for the sub. Plastic Bits, hey man, thanks for being here. I'm surprised at how rigid the theme is. I think the reason why the theme's so rigid is because they'd like it to have a certain look and feel. I just want to tweak it to my own ends to somewhat. The other thing that I would like to do as well is, because it'll probably move more things over to the left hand side, is be able to columnize that like you would in a newspaper or an article, so it'd actually have 2 columns of text, and we can have one of them side by side, so we can have like specification and kit contents, that kind of thing. We'll see. It's all work in progress stuff. We'll get there eventually. Right, okay, so that is the board all put back together. She's looking remarkably pretty right now. That means it is time for you guys to choose some keycaps to put on the board. So, hopefully a mod is watching, because I have a few choices for you today. First of all, we have one of the most underrated GMK sets of last year, the GMK FTRO. This is grey with a yellow accent, looks great on polycarbonate boards and will match the brass nicely. going for something a little bit different because we don't use it often enough. We have MT New Granite. Again, the greys with the colours will work really, really nicely with the polycarbonate. We have everyone's favourite, GMK High Vis. We also have the good old favourite, GMK Solarized Dark. And then finally, as a final option, we have the glazed keycaps from stream last week, where I attacked the escape key with a knife. So these are glazed beige keycaps. These are super duper shiny. This particular keycap does have a scuff on it because I attacked it with a knife last week to see how the glaze was made. But it's super, super shiny, super, super glazed, unlike anything else. So those are your choices. Yeah, we're going to have these in stock pretty soon. I think we're going to do like a little quick pre-order for them, and then we'll have them in stock. But yeah, shiny beige. Like super shiny beige. So there should be a poll up. You guys can pick now from the poll which you would like to see. If you don't pick FTRO, you are wrong. We'll see what you come. FTRO slaps on PC. Joe, it does. It absolutely does. Dynamics says, forgot to ask last time, how was Chester Zoo? I live nearby and you picked a bad weather day. Dude, it was fine. It didn't rain. It was just cold and damp, but it was fine. Like, it was great. We got round and we saw everything. It was a nice day. Hotel booked for the SPC meetup. Nice. This theme is rigid and flexible at the same time. You can configure lots of things, but if you want anything else, there is no easy way. Yeah, this is why I've just started speaking to the developers now. There's something that Jellymaster's been helping me with that just does not want to work. So I've also asked them how we can fix that as well. So yeah. You're definitely not coming just to drink. The PT and the PT Open Day. Well, we'll go out for some drinks. I really, really hope that we can go have some nice old fashions. I don't want like people to get drunk and be like smashed or whatever, but like a couple of nice drinks and some good company. It'll be nice on the night time. But I'm hoping that the daytime is really, really cool as well. I'm genuinely looking forward to it. Like really, really looking forward to it. Mel and I were planning it out in a coffee shop on Friday morning. So yeah, really, really happy about it. Let's go Solarized. Solarized Dark is winning by a big margin. I was hoping you guys were going to be sensible and go for FTRO, but clearly you are not being sensible today. But yeah, we'll have some good fun times here at the PTHQ. And as I say, I do want to do like another little mini ARG in the lead up to it. So maybe we do something really fun, like because we're going to do some discounts on the day, maybe we do something really fun, like as people follow the clues of the breadcrumbs of whatever I make the ARG theme, it unlocks like different levels of discounts or discounts on different products for people attending on the day. That could be quite fun, right? Would you like that? Would you guys like it if we did something like that? Like a little puzzle game, an ARG, maybe some videos, some breadcrumbs to follow. What do you think? Same hotel booked as last time, but I still won't be able to find it after drink. I remember walking you to your hotel last time, Gemma, after Old Fashions, and then I had to get a taxi home, which took over an hour to get home. And I still looked fresh as a daisy the next morning. Not everyone did, though. My regret at not being able to attend grows by the second. Change your plans and come along. Change your plans and come along. We need a Penumbra rerun. Dude, I said this to someone the other day. Was it an SPC? I said it that GMK Penumbra and SA Penumbra should come back. I can't remember where it was. I'm not doing a series of melting puzzles only to win a UK ice. Okay. I was thinking like if we do like, you know, a basic 20% discount on the day, but then if we have like 4 different puzzles, you can, and people unlock them as like a combined effort, you would like increase that by 5% for each puzzle that got unlocked. So instead of 20%, you might get 25% if you all manage to successfully complete through one stage gate. If you got through a second stage gate, it'll unlock a total of 10% extra. If you get through a third stage gate, and you know, 15% extra, something like that. Something like that, maybe. Might need help again. I can help you get back to your hotel, Jeff, but that's no problem. That's no problem. we're looking at a Southern MK UK meet this year. I need to speak to the MK UK guys actually about a meetup and see where that's up to. Yeah, we'll need to have a catch up on that. Here's an idea. The new Destiny dungeon is incredible. Mechanics are really fun. Yeah, I haven't played Destiny in like 18 months. I need to play it again at some point. We could make the Clacky board be a leaderboard. The Vesta board in the workshop. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Vote with your points for Solarized. I think Glazed Beige is going to win this by the looks of it. Kalane has completed 6 out of 7 steps, for instance. I mean, I don't want to do it like an individual level. I think we should do it like a community-wide level. Like maybe we could get some of the other streamers involved. Maybe I could have a chat with Alex Sotos or something like that, and do something quite big and grand, where like clues could be anywhere, and you have to follow the breadcrumbs to unlock it as like a community together. Yeah, think escape room, but for unlocking discounts. High-Vis with 1 vote. Poor High-Vis. Solarized Dark wins. Solarized Dark is the winner. You watch, I won't have half the keys. I'll be on like another board somewhere or something. Oh, actually, that reminds me. Before I put this on, look, I've been playing around with the new Prusa Core 1, and like, I don't really use something called Prusa Connect that often, which is like an application to access your 3D printers from away. I've had it for a while, but never really used it remotely. But now I've taken out the Prusa XL and the Prusa Mark IV S, and I've only got the Core 1 listed on my account now. I was just flicking through it the other day and seeing what functionality was there, and something was there that didn't used to have the ability to do. You can now find something on printables and set it to print remotely without having to use a slicer. Like, it will just do it all for you based on your printer's profile and what it knows your printer's preferences are. And I did that with this, and look at how this came out. This is phenomenal for something that I just found on printables. Hit print, and it's like a lighthouse with a big wave crashing over it, and it's in Galaxy Black. But look at the detail. Hold on. Like, look at the detail on this. Look at the detail. Like, even the brickwork. Look how clean this print is. I set this going on Friday night at 11 PM. I hadn't been to the workshop until today. I'd forgotten I'd set it to print, and when I came in, this was on the printer, and it just looks phenomenal. There's a little bit of banding here and there, but I haven't even calibrated the printer properly yet. But all of the detail on the inside, like all of the staircase is there, all of the brickwork is there, the windows, fantastic. This is printed without supports. This whole spiral staircase on the inside, no supports, not a single support on this. Same as this here, no supports underneath. There is no supports underneath the wave at all, and it's printed out super, super clean. It's just fantastic. I'm just blown away by it. Even down to like the little steps going up to the door here. Like, just really, really cool. So this was on the Prusa Core 1, which is the new Prusa printer. So I have an XL and a Mark IV S. And don't get me wrong, I've had prints of this quality I've done before, but never something that I've not set up properly. Like, I literally only put the machine in on Thursday, and I did 2 test prints, and one of them came out fine, one of them didn't come out fine. And I just figured I'd set this going whilst I was away because I could. And I came into today expecting it to be mediocre at best. And considering that I haven't set the printer up much at all and I haven't calibrated anything, I'm absolutely blown by it. If I can get this now, this quality now, like, there's very little to fix in terms of like the banding here for future stuff. Like, yeah, I'm just super, super happy with that. Like, it's just such a good print. Like, it just, all of the individual brickwork, look, is just absolutely phenomenal. Anything that overhangs, like here, like all around this part here, no supports needed. No supports at all. Anywhere on the entire print. All the staircase inside, no supports on it. It's phenomenal. Same in the cupola dome at the top. Just amazing. Super, super happy with how that came out. Resin printing when? I don't need anything from a resin printer, so I probably won't ever get one. But yeah, I just don't need anything that does that kind of fidelity. Like, most of my printing is, you know, functional items. The bottom looks very smooth. Yeah, the bottom came out fantastic. Just look at it. I'm just blown away by the detail on it though. Look at it. Look at it. Look at all that detail in there. The spiral staircase. It's just amazing. I'm absolutely blown away by it. For something that I've literally just taken this off the printer, and I've done nothing other than run through the base calibration. But yeah, resin printing just isn't something that appeals to me at the minute. Maybe one day we'll look at it. Okay, we need full caps lock knock stepped. I've gone for the brighter space bar rather than the darker one. We may change that if we feel like it closer to the time. So I do have the UK ISO for this, but we're building it ANSI, so let's not put UK ISO keys on. I think we'll do spacebar and escape as accent keys. No, we'll do normal arrows, I think. I had to think about how I want to do this then. I was reading posts about resin running out at SP and at GMK around the same time of MRB 2020. What exactly do you mean by that in the context of keycap production? So keycaps are made of plastic. Plastic is sold in small pellets of resin. So they need the pellets to melt down to then form into the shapes of keycaps. During COVID, so 2020, there was a shortage of resin across most industries because things weren't being produced, so that's where it comes from. There we go. Is that the right shift for there? I think so. Yeah. Caps lock. Yeah, in 2020 there was a lot of shortage of resin. This is a really old set as well. It is quite shined because I used this for a long time as a daily set, so I apologize in advance because it will be quite shined. No, we need that one. We're putting that in the tub. We need that. Jay, what are you doing? I'm not sure what I'm going to put here yet, so I'm going to keep a few keys out that might go there, and we'll see. You just associate resin with plants? Oh, okay. No, resin is plastic, generally speaking. Yeah, I'm just going to shove a load of keys over there, and we'll decide what we're going to do with them when it comes to it. Oh, I forgot I'd got Vim keys for this. I'm not going to use Vim keys though. I would like to see a proper rerun of this set at some point with the correct colours. So this isn't quite the right colours for Solar Res Dark, so I would like to see a rerun of it at some point with the corrected colours again. Mainly because my set is so shiny, it's unbelievable now. I did actually have two sets of this, but I sold a set to Leandrin, who runs Mechanisk, which was brand new. I wish I'd sold him this set rather than the brand new set. Although that was probably nearly 5 years ago now. I think we should have an escape key. Yes, there we go. In the light blue. There we go. Do you know what? I'm going to use that instead of an FN key there, just because I like it. Marshmallows, thank you so much for the raid, and welcome everyone. We're just putting GMK Solarized Dark on this lovely Loki65 here right now. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for being here. DCS Sol Dark colours are pretty different. Alphas are close, but mods are blue in DCS. Yeah, we actually have a load of Solarized Dark from Protozoa ready to go in stock at some point. We just need, it's one of the things we need to count through and check and stuff. But we do have a lot of directs just for that will go in stock at some point very, very soon. Maybe I don't have an alt key. I'm looking for, sorry, a thingy key. I think I'm supposed to use that key. There we go. Okay, other arrow key, and that key. Right, okay, that's most of the board done. We just need to, I think we're going to use page up and page down here. We just need to pick the right rows. Let's have a look. I think it's going to be that one and that one. There we go. Alerts are broken. Yeah, I figured alerts are broken earlier on, but yeah. I'll have to have a look at why alerts are broken. But yes, thank you so much for coming. Captain Mike as well. Mr. Cosmos, Captain Mike, if that's you. Tomorrow, I believe our Cosmos sets arrive. I'm looking forward to it. I have to learn 7 poems in German. Do you have any poem modern memorization tips? I do not speak German. No, like I know. I know maybe one poem through, which I'm not going to recite, but I have never had to memorize poems. Yeah, I'd probably start to look at mnemonics and see what mnemonics you could have. Like, tell yourself the story of it and just remember the story. That might help. This is how like, public speaking was never a great thing for me. And to get better at public speaking, I figured what I needed to say as a speech into a story and then told the story through the speech, if that makes sense. So yeah, might be worthwhile looking to that. Nice thing about those clear polycarbonate cases, it basically showcase any set you want. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look how good this looks. Solarized Dark, GMK Solarized Dark, shiny. Look how shiny that bad boy is. This is a lot of daily usage on such a lovely polycarbonate case. Melody or cadence? Yeah. Hardest part of 65% keycaps, figuring with R I have page up, etc. in my head. Love to see Cosmos finally shipping. I don't. It's been a really short wait for Cosmos, to be honest. Hire a speech coach during lockdown. Should we do a proper typing test? Oh wait, there's an ad break coming. We'll wait until Bezos has gone and done his thing, because he's going to do it in like 40 seconds. So there's an ad break coming up. So if you want to go make a coffee, now's the time. And then as soon as the ad break's over in a few minutes' time, we'll do the thing. If you guys have got any questions as well, if you guys would like to ask anything, let me know. Let me know. Just ask any question you'd like to know the answer to, and I'll try and answer it the best I can. I keep forgetting my Ayla is kitted out with that set. DCS sold out, yeah. As I say, we do have a lot of the set from Protozoa. I don't know how many base kits we've got, but I think there's a few base kits and some child kits as well. There's quite a lot of stuff there though to go through, and Mel started to pull it together into a spreadsheet on Friday. So we're going to spend a lot of this week just documenting everything we have. So yeah. Coffee, it's 10 p.m. Yeah, I'm not drinking the coffee anymore. Don't worry. I'm not drinking the coffee anymore. That's to one side. But it is 10 p.m. In fact, it's 20 past 10. Yeah. It'll be time to go home soon. Prize how good your brain is at learning a song. Yeah. If you think about earworms, like, it's quite easy to get a song in your head. Enamushki, hey man, thanks for being here. Nothing wrong with a 10 p.m. coffee. If you're not getting up, I mean, I have to be back at work for, you know, I have to be up at 6:30 in the morning, so it will be midnight before I get home, so I suspect from here, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Brilliant learning melodies and harmonies. Words, particularly in foreign languages, less good. I think it's harder in a foreign language because the words don't follow a structure that you are comfortable with or that you know and understand. So that makes it harder to do, I think. Anyway, Mr. Bezos is now here, so we'll wait until the Bezos ad fest is done, and then we'll do a little sound test of this board. But it's come out looking really, really good. I mean, look how pretty this is. Look how pretty. And Solarized Dark was a good choice. As much as I wanted it to be FTRO, this is a really good choice. Definitely looks really good. And of course, you've got that lovely logo on the base as well. That kind of Loki helmet design with the word Loki and 65 in it as well. Really, really clever design. Should have been Norse on the Loki, to be honest. Do you know, I don't have a set of GMK Norse. I do not own GMK Norse. It's one of the few GMK sets I don't own. I do have a set of Gladiator, which isn't the same, but would have probably been the closest I could get. And I know that's Roman and not Norse, but it's probably the closest I could get. Maybe I'll put Pompeii on it, JQ. But yeah, it does look really, really good. Really, really happy with how that's come out. And of course, we can use the other mounts on it if we want to try those later on as well. So there is, there's the burger mount and there's additional gaskets we can apply as well, I think. Or we could do it top mount. So we'll see. Put those back in the box. Okay, is Bezos gone yet? No, still a minute left to go. Waiting for the Compact Ergo to finally use my Norse set. Yeah, so Compact Ergo is in the current shipment on its way. If you come to the open day JQ, you might be able to collect it on the day. When you buy something from extras like this, do you buy it off PT before it goes public, or do you join the scrum for orders? I think it would be remiss of me to order things in advance, Captain Reed. So when I buy something from the PT website, I buy it like everybody else does. I think it would be unfair, especially if something's incredibly popular, for me to put it in stock and then just save myself one. So yeah, I think it would be really unfair of me to do that. So I just buy it through the store like everyone else does. I think that's the fairest way to do it. Unless it's something like we've bought for, you know, marketing purposes. Like when we do the QK boards, I generally, like, we've got a QK 60 and Neo, CU, a QK 60 CU and a QK 65 CU coming. Like, PT's buying those as boards to use on stream. So basically, you know, content fodder is probably the best way of describing them. They are not my personal boards. They are owned by the company, and therefore I won't be paying for those out of my pocket, but you know, that's a little bit different. Japelcine says, is the Drunken Deer A75 a good choice? I can buy it for 100 euros. I've never even heard of that, I'm afraid. Feels like it should be a perk of the job. Maybe, but it'd just be unfair. It'd just be unfair. gets packed and shipped to Jay's house. Do you know I only have one keyboard at home? I have almost nothing at home. I have one keyboard. It's one of the OG JL1s, and my wife has a Mode TKL from years ago when Mode first came out, and that's it. We don't have any other keyboards in the house. Everything is here. Like almost every keyboard I own is here. I say that there are maybe 200 vintage keyboards in my garage, but other than that, everything is here at the workshop. So yeah. Is that JO3? Yes, the JO3 is just on the back here, and then we've got JO1, JO1, JO2, JO2, JO2. That is Optica, and then that is a Cycle 8, and then oh, there is a Synovia just behind there as well. That one there is a Synovia. So yeah. Right, okay, so let's do a little typing test of this. Let's pause the music and see how it sounds. I genuinely like the sound of PC boards, so let's see how this goes. That sounds pretty good. That sounds really, really good. That I need one of Black Simon's nut emoji things. That sounds so good. That sounds so good. I'm really, really happy with that. This might have to live on my desk for a couple of weeks and replace the koala for a little while. It sounds so good. So nothing means 200-ish boards, only 200. So they're kind of like in storage in my garage, and I've just not done anything with them. So yeah. I don't know how much you get affected as a shop owner, but shipping prices seem to have gone absolutely bonkers for private shipping. At this point, getting one shipped is almost a QK board in itself. Yes, Zava, yeah. I guess there's two ways that affects PT. So we ship things by sea a lot from China. So we'll fill up a container and ship a container across. That cost is going up again, slowly but steadily. We do airship some things from China. So we've just recently airshipped a key set from KBD Fans. I can't remember the name of it now, but it's for in stock. And that is... that cost almost as much as the key set did to produce. So I think the bill to airship it over for 50 base sets was $2,500 plus import tax on that $2,500 as well. So shipping has gone through, that's for 50 base kits, which is one box, and I think we had 2 boxes. I think we spent $5,000 on shipping that key set, I think. So yeah, so we do get affected by it. It's insane. Yeah, it's obscene. The prices we give to customers. For EU, we subsidize everything by about 45% at current prices. So if you're in the EU and you buy from us, like that, the shipping price you pay at checkout, we basically paid another 45% of that on top, and covered that for you. For UK, we cover like a quid or two or something like that, and then for everywhere else, we cover about £5 or something. So we pay more for shipping stuff out than what we charge customers. But it's like it's not huge amounts. Like it's accessible. But yeah, and we have seen prices go up, even though we've got really good contracts with UPS. We have seen prices go up a little bit, like only a few pence, but it's happening. So yeah, I think here a little pinging. There is nothing to ping. It's a polycarbonate case. So yeah, I don't think there's any ping in it. I can't hear any ping. If you're picking up ping, it's in the microphone, not in the sound. What plate and switch combo is that? This is Gator and CJ's on FR4. spacebar on my Crush 65 makes me so happy every time I hit it. Nice. Nice that you're happy with the board after such a long wait. Yeah. Key set mules are needed? Maybe. It's almost like the shipping companies are killing the hobby. So, I mean, you have to remember that shipping is what it is, right? When you're sending something around the world, it doesn't matter if it's this cool bit of carbon fiber, which I can't tell you about, or if it's this chunky bit of aluminium with some keys on it, or what it is. The product itself isn't what contributes the vast majority of the shipping cost. Shipping cost is basically made up of a little bit of insurance, I didn't mean to swear then, a little bit of insurance, which is based on the value of the item, which is maybe 5% of the shipping cost generally. And the other 95% is made up of the volumetric weight. So that's the size of the box and the weight of the item. Now you could have something that weighs, you know, as much as me, but it's worth 50 pence or a pound, you know, $1. And it would cost more to ship that than it would cost to ship something that's, you know, a customized mouse that's $300 and weighs, in a package, weighs a kilo. So shipping is based on the size and weight of the item, not necessarily its intrinsic value. And when things are traveling around the world, that just gets expensive. And it's not great, but it is what it is. We've been spoiled with low shipping prices around the world really for a long time. Like if you think about what you're actually doing, it's pretty cheap overall. Right, okay. I'm really happy with this. This has come out stunning. Look how beautiful it looks. Look how nice that looks. Right, that just looks so good. So nice. Even with the shiny keys, it's come out so good. I love how it's picking up the green light from behind as well. Like, I love the way that polycarb picks up light. So cool. So cool. Right, but thank you so much for watching, guys. It is time for me to go home because it's like 10:30. I'm going to get some sleep and I'm going to dream about typing on this board because it sounds lovely and it feels lovely. And don't forget, these are in stock if you want to go buy them. They're in stock if you want to go buy them. The badge is awesome. Yeah, look at the badge. Look at the badge. So cool. So cool. Cool. Right. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you on Discord and Instagram during the week. Hit me up if you need anything. I love you all. Take care. Have a really good rest of your weekend, guys. Bye-bye.